large and one has been shot or has been killed. Can you give confirmation on that?
Yes. As we speak, we are looking for one of the suspects. The name is Yahya Nuhu.
But you said that all of them have been arrested. But
Yahya Nuhu is at large. Sorry to say that. Yahya Nuhu is at large and we are pursuing him. I'm sure British will get him too. But if he's listening, definitely he can run, he cannot hide.
Okay.
That one, I can assure him that he can run, he cannot hide. We'll pick him up and then make him to face the full rigors of the law. The one that lost his life in the course of that operation, there was an exchange of gunfire. So he was hit with a bullet and was taken to the Confanochi Teaching Hospital. But unfortunately, when the men got there, he was pronounced dead by the attending medical officer. So that is what happened. But we have 9 in our custody currently who are will be put before court pretty soon.
Pretty soon we'll talk about that and what their charges would be. But these people that you have arrested, tell us a bit about them, their backgrounds. Are they ex-convicts? Are they people who are new to the crime? What information do you have about these people?
Yes, thank you very much for asking this question. Just that I was coming to your studio, I spoke to the investigators. And then the one I spoke with made me to understand that all of them, all those that have been arrested are all ex-convicts.
All 9?
Interestingly, yes.
Are all ex-convicts?
Are all ex-convicts. But unfortunately, he did not have the dates of their release from the prison. But it's only one, Joseph Opon, that he mentioned that he was released on the 29th June 2023 from the Kumasi Central Prisons. 2023? But we are extending our investigation to the prison. We want to know what cases took them to the prison, what the charges were, and when they were released from the prisons, whether they were on remand, whether they were convicted, they served their sentence and all that. So very soon, I'm sure they are listening. They will be going to the prisons and then elicit all this information, put their facts together, and then they can get a strong case in court and prosecute them.
But is it not disturbing and worrying that all these criminals that you have arrested, all are ex-convicts? Is it not disturbing? I'm asking this question because our prisons are supposed to help reform people. So for somebody who's been in there before, and for example, the one you mentioned who was released in
Joseph Opon 2023,
and the person has gone into armed robbery, has now been arrested, again. Is our prisons doing what is required of them?
I believe in the justice delivery system. I believe that, and I know definitely we'll go to court, you are sentenced, you serve your sentence, you definitely come back to the society. Others come reform, others come and they still come and do it. There are instances where we arrest ex-convicts, we send them to court, they are remanded, sometimes they are convicted, they go and serve the sentence, they come again and they perpetrate their crime. So there are recalcitrant, deviant characters who would never want to change their way of life. So that's we can't.
We have had situations in the past where some people were killed by some police, officers, and the people turned out not to be armed robbers. And so when I read or when I hear stories about they confess, I ask myself, under what circumstance or what conditions did they confess? Per the story we heard yesterday, from the narration you gave, when you picked up the people, they, give you information about other people that led to their arrests as well. And they also told you, I think, again, the story talks about one saying that, admits that he raped some of the victims. How are you able to get this information? Is it because you tortured them, beat them
David, up? We don't torture them. Let me tell you, one thing that I like about our local Ghanaian robbers is that when you arrest them, they are ready to confess. Unlike the Fulanis. I can tell you this for a fact. When it comes to Fulani armed robber, when we arrest them, it is very difficult to elicit information from them. Even for them to even take you to their accomplice or lead you to arrest their accomplice, it's very difficult. Mostly we find it difficult before they speak. But when it comes to our local boys, sometimes they are influenced by maybe smoking weed, going to drink alcohol, and then maybe they are lured into these armed robberies and all that. So when they come up and then you arrest them, readily they are ready or they available to share whatever for confess their crime. They already, so we don't even normally beat them because or torture them because they know that the offense has been committed. Their cap is full. You've arrested them. You've gotten all the necessary evidence to prosecute them. You have the exhibit at hand and all that. So why would you? Would he even want you to beat him before he speak the truth? So they sometimes even interrogate them in presence of independent witnesses, so that when we go to court, he will say that he was coerced or he was beaten or he was tortured before he spoke to the police. So with the independence part of our investigation, with them independent witnesses, when you go to court, they also append their signature. So in case you go to court and he says that he was beaten or he was tortured, they can even call the independent witness to come and testify in court. So my brother, that is what we do. We are professional policemen. It's not those days where we want to become a first-class police service like what is
that is refreshing.
We are
that is refreshing
there
and good to hear. What about victims, people who were robbed, people who were raped, people who have this emotional, pain that they're dealing with? What should this arrest mean to them? Have you engaged with those people already?
Yes, I remember very well. That's why I say everything that is good and bad side. And our former boss, Dr. Dampari, I remember when he was the Inspector General of Police, when people fall prey to the armed robbers, he sent our team from the police counseling unit to engage them, talk to them, counsel them, and all that. He's been doing that. I'm sure it is something that which is ongoing. It is a continuous process. I don't think any IGP will stop that. So we engage them. We have our chaplain who is the head of the team here in Kumasi. You identify the victim because some of the victims come and lodge complaints. So when we hear that, you engage them, talk to them, counsel them, and all that. And let me just use this opportunity to plead with the victims of these robberies within the Njemoso, Tanoso, Kwadaso, Nyanchrenyase, Apiedu, and all these places. If you know you are falling victim to any residential robbery, please, we have arrested the culprit. Just come to the regional police command. Ask of the PID office, speak to the commander there, assist in investigation. We have exhibits that you can even come and identify any of them, whether television set, what do you call it?
The jewelry, the mobile
phone, anything belongs to any of you. So please don't sit out there and say that you are happy police have arrested the culprit. Please, your assistant, by way of sharing us your ordeal went through, any information that you have, please come, because I know some of the victims don't even go to the police to report. As you said, some because they were taken through some kind of humane treatment by the armed robbers, they wouldn't even want to come. Please, this is the time. We want strong case to prosecute these criminals out there.
What will happen?